what you gonna do? Yeah. Bad boys, bad
It's pretty good
boys,
walk-up
what
music.
you gonna
Yeah.
do? What you gonna do?
I couldn't think of a better song to introduce you. Nick, thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
We were in the office this week, and I was walking around listening, wasn't eavesdropping, but I was hearing your conversation, and you're starting to talk about advanced e-commerce techniques that we've been seeing here in 2023, going to be 2023 here next
Pretty
month.
soon, yeah.
So as you were giving internal lectures on how and what e-com looks like this coming year, I think I said, why don't we come and do a podcast on it? I think people will find it interesting.
Yeah, I think that's there's a lot of things going on, especially in e-com for the past probably 2.5, 3 years. A lot of new tools, a lot of new challenges to do, and there's the whole the problems that we're trying to solve right now didn't exist previously or were not as visible.
Yeah, fair enough. So we've got clients. So we've got clients, I would say we have 30, 40 e-com clients. Some of them have been around longer than others. We have one client in particular who has been a loyal client of ours who will not mind us. I checked. He does not mind us referencing him. It's Fine Linens out of New York.
Yep.
I think they've been in business since the 70s. Used to have a 30,000 square foot place on Lexington in New York City. Used to sell linens to all the hotels and
Still have it.
Still have it, but it's only like a shoebox now. Yeah. So all of their business is online. And I heard that they had all of a sudden 35 people working on their website. And I thought to myself, how could 35 people work on this website?
Well, it wasn't the website.
Tell me about it.
That's the whole thing. So we got this problem to solve that in 2022 we were looking at a new platform to build new store that we were trying to solve some of the issues that Fine Linens were the previous platform couldn't handle. And one of the problems was...
Well, let's back it up. What's the previous platform? Let's
Well,
just talk
okay,
specifics because
Yeah,
it helps
okay.
everybody. So what platform were they on?
So previously they were on Magento 1.
Magento 1. Okay.
Yeah. So and then we with that platform sunsetting for compliance reasons and then also for upgrade.
So 1.9x.
1.9. That's
okay.
one finished.
So Adobe acquires Magento.
Magento, yeah.
And they say, oh, yoo-hoo, we're going to Magento 2.
Yep.
Which is not really an upgrade, is that? What is that?
No, that's a migration.
It's a full rebuild, really.
It's a rebuild, yeah.
Okay,
you can.
They
you
could have
can-
called it anything, but they're going to keep it called Magento.
Right, but it's completely different platform.
So now we're on Magento 2. Dave, our friend at Fine Linens, he is obviously moving along with the times. Very, very painful.
Yeah.
Going from 1.9x to 2. It's a complete redo.
Uh-huh.
And we take this opportunity to expand his capabilities.
Yeah, because the biggest problem is how do you move a million SKUs, right? It's the complexity of that site is quite significant, and then we were trying to look at it and realize that it's going to be extremely hard on Magento to do it.
How do you move a million SKUs?
Well, you use a third party or a software to do it.
Don't you just go file export?
Oh no,
Oh, you don't do that.
no. That's why there were 35 people working on the site for a couple of months. So yeah, we use PIM software.
Slow it down. PIM software.
PIM software.
PIM.
Product information
management. Okay, so PIM software is what?
It's
Go slow for me.
specially
Yeah.
designed piece of software. It's basically a solution that is built for purpose, and that purpose is to manage your product information. That's it.
Okay, so is it a database, for lack of a better word?
It's more than that, but in simplifying, yes, this is a database. This is a software that
And
handles.
it's called PIM.
PIM.
Okay, so the 35 people are working on PIM.
Yeah, in that case, that was a Pimcore. It's a solution that the software offers more than that, but the primary thing that it does, it's stores, aggregates, organizes your product information.
So Pimcore was the PIM.
Pimcore is the name of the software.
The name,
right.
okay, the company name is Pimcore.
The company name
And,
is a
and
Pimcore.
PIM is a generic term.
PIM is an acronym, yeah.
Got it. So we use Pimcore for the PIM.
Yes.
Say that
In
3
short.
times. Say it 3 times.
Yeah.
Say it. Go ahead.
We use Pimcore
For the PIM.
for the PIM.
We use
Yeah.
Pimcore?
For the PIM.
We use Pimcore?
For the PIM.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we've got all this data going into the PIM built by Pimcore.
Right.
Got
And
it.
then the biggest advantage of doing that is your data is not tied in any way to your platform. So there's a couple advantages of doing that. One is when we started not migrations, the build of the new site, we already had all the data, people working on the data.
What did we pick for the new site?
That was Magento 2.
Wait, so we went
We
Magento
went
2.
Magento 2, yeah.
Okay, so we started on the Magento 2 framework.
Right.
Build.
So we were getting the platform ready,
Mhm.
right, with all the customizations. And we had the second team pretty much working on all of the data, organizing it. And that was possible because we had a separate system for it. And there's also a second benefit of that, right? So PIM is usually used in an environment where you're planning to power your multi-channel with it. So you have a centralized data repository of your product information that can be used anywhere. It can go to Magento. It can feed Magento. It can feed your maybe Hedgehog Shopify small store if you want to out of it. It can feed Amazon,
All the marketplaces.
all the marketplace. It can feed your printer
Okay.
if you're back in 90s and still doing a print catalogs.
Feed the printer.
Yeah, it can feed
Okay,
the
for your
printer.
catalog.
Mhm.
All right.
So,
So it's just the data. It's everything.
it's just the data.
Images go in there.
Yeah, it's
Everything.
everything goes there.
Okay. So now we are on Magento 2. We are putting all the logic of the store in Magento 2, and then we hook it up to the PIM.
Yeah. So one of the advantages of that is you get all of those different tools, or
All those different tools.
So you're getting connectors. So PIM is designed about storing the data, but also making the data available to any other platforms that
Right,
will be
okay.
using it. So
Like
you
you
have
said.
RESTful APIs, you have GraphQL, all of those tools that serve as a gateway to get the data. So other frameworks can grab it.
Okay. Now tell me if this is the case. So I hear that we are integrating the store with a lot of the manufacturers.
Right. Yeah.
Is that part of the PIM?
No, so that it's not necessarily a PIM, right? So this is we're getting into an ordering scheme. So it's basically a different problem that we were trying to solve. It's more of a ERP.
All right. So, okay. Scratch it.
Yeah.
All right. So where do we stand today?
Everything is running smoothly. We don't have 35 people working on it.
Yeah.
It's the number significantly lower.
Job complete.
Job complete.
Yep. Yep.
Works flawlessly. Never missed a beat. And then right now what we are trying to do is we're trying to use that platform to power different channels. Like basically we're trying to use it to get it up to.
What about smaller sites like you talked about? Or do we have more? Could you have what we call multi-store? We used to call that multi-store.
Not on this one.
No.
Not on this one. It's definitely possible of doing that. We already had some ideas of basically because it's already kind of like a luxury product.
Yeah.
And some of it. So we were trying to create a Hedgehog site, like a small spin-off, maybe Shopify site that we could feature the like very expensive, very nice luxury product.
I see. It's like a specialty store.
Specialty store, exactly.
All right. Well, it's a good overview of introducing PIM
Yep.
to people who have lots of products, who don't want to be tied indefinitely to one system. So you're basically componentizing your assets, right? You said something interesting in the office the other day. You said, an e-commerce store's asset is its data.
Right, because I mean, if someone is operating like in like Vital Linens, right? If we talking a million products, your investment is equal in the data and the tools.
Mhm.
So you don't want to put them on the same thing. Like you just keep your data safe, and then you can take it with you regardless of the platform you're going to choose.
Okay.
So it's
Good start. Okay, there's more topics we want to
Yeah.
get through while we've got you here. So let's put a close to PIM, PIM integration to Magento, PIM integration to third parties, PIM integration to
multi-channel.
multi-channel marketplaces. These are all interesting topics that hopefully somebody will find value in the discussion. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. What about other uses of PIM or other places that you've been? Maybe a client that we talked about that we can't say the client's name.
Yeah. So I mean, we can say that client's name, and it's not necessarily a PIM, but we really like Pimcore, right? So it's more than just a PIM software.
Sure.
So
This is the CDP discussion.
it is a CDP. So CDP is a customer data platform, right? So you getting
So CDP, customer data platform.
right. So it's very similar to PIM, right? If you like analogy, PIM stores your product data.
Mm-hmm.
CDP stores your customer data.
Gotcha. So I do like analogies.
Yeah, so
That helps
it's-
me.
Yeah, so it's you basically like you do with multi-channel. You have your products on different channels. Yeah, you might have customers on different channels, and how you connect them into a one source. So you can segment, you can market to them, you can do some marketing automation maybe. You want a tool that aggregates them in a one place.
So how do I know if I have a CDP and what it looks like? What does that mean?
So if you have more than one platform, and your customers usually can use a single login to get into all of those platforms, and then you have a single source where you would go to get the customer data. That's your CDP.
Let's say I buy a book or I buy some sort of material from this website, but this website also gives me access to another website where I get some premium content or some information that is a premium that costs, but it's on a completely different platform.
Yeah.
And maybe another website, which is where...
Or your Amazon profile that you just made purchase to.
Sure, all that, yeah. So that's CDP.
That's CDP. That's where that customer data resides in one spot. And then you have, like you can, for example, do SSO. So single sign-on to all of them, which allows the customer to move like the name implies, right? So it's you sign in one of those properties, and then you just navigate from one to another, and you're logged in.
So you use SSO to authenticate to multiple properties,
Right. So
and the CDP,
right.
customer data platform, really manages that, so it doesn't tax your systems.
It doesn't tax you. Well, it allows. It's a convenient way for a customer to move from one site to another, and without the need of logging in.
Yes.
Right?
And it also sounds like it makes less risk if you ever change platforms or frameworks,
Right.
because the logic is in the CDP, not the logic in the framework.
Right. Because the one common problem is with CCPA, GDPR, all of those again acronyms for pretty much security standards and the handling of private data. Right. The problem of that is most of the platforms will, like we've all created accounts on Amazon on different sites. Your password needs to be encrypted in a way that it's not accessible for administrator. So what that means is you can't recover it. So let's say you have 250,000 clients on your site, and then you have to migrate to another system, right? In most cases, you can't, because you can't recover those passwords, and
You have to ask them to reset their password.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so it's a traction
Just it's a disaster.
disaster. Exactly. So with CDP, you basically handling that information on one platform that stays forever with them.
So we talked earlier about how to move 1 million SKUs.
Now
Now we're talking about how to move 250,000 customers.
exactly, yeah.
What else can we move around here?
You can move your assets, for example.
Show me how.
So it's another acronym.
Tell me.
It's a DAP, right? So it's a digital asset platform.
Is that
Or
different than
DAM,
a-
right?
I was going to ask you if that's different than DAM.
No, it's DAP or DAM. So
Okay.
like it's the same acronyms.
Digital asset
Management platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to me.
So digital asset is very similar, again, to managing products and customers. Now,
PIM
PIM,
is the product.
right?
CDP, the
Customers.
customer. DAM,
DAM is your images or documents. Right?
Documents.
Right. So if you
assets.
assets. So in short, if you have products that do have images, they're hosted on DAM.
Right. Makes sense.
So it is a nice way of managing. And the powerful thing is about that is everyone that run a website, right? It's been there. Asking your developer is, I want this banner in 40 different sizes. And
Yes.
it has to go here, right? And they're usually not going to deliver on like the proper sizes. But so that platform allows you to automate that. So you usually just manage your source assets, the high quality ones. And the role of the platform is to convert it, manipulate it in a way that the user or the platform needs it. So it just makes the designers obsolete.
good.
I shouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, this is enterprise stuff, right? This is
Yeah.
not trivial. It's usually when you're trying to scale. It's usually for enterprises that are looking to scale where it doesn't break their necks when they migrate. And these are tools of the trade that you need to scale at a large level.
Yes and no, right? So the platform is accessible. Like the technology gets accessible. Like it's the technology that we're talking about right now, right? It was reserved for Inc. 500 companies 5 years ago.
Is it
10 years
affordable
ago.
now?
It is more affordable.
It's just like anything else, really.
Yeah. So the technology, it's the big companies invest into it, and those great ideas are becoming more and more affordable to small businesses as well. So
I remember, setting up like
Yeah.
a Cisco telepresence system.
Yeah.
Where we could immediately talk to the other person across the states or across the world in like a fully functional conversation.
Yeah, that was
Cisco telepresence.
That was $25,000 probably.
To start,
Yeah.
now it's a free subscription on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you're talking about is just like the migration of anything. Starts with big enterprise, made for the big fortunes.
Trickles down.
And
to-
it trickles down. And now as these tools become available to small, medium-sized businesses,
Yep.
the trick is how do small to medium-sized businesses know they exist?
Yeah, so that's the biggest problem. I think it's new, but also, in my opinion, it's the planning is half of the success.
The planning
Right.
is
So-
half of the success.
right. So it's not something that you can refactor in.
I like that.
Yeah. It's.
Do you know what? I got one for you.
Uh-huh.
The separation is in the preparation.
Separation is. Huh? Yeah.
There, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yours is good too.
Yeah. But it makes sense, right? You have to prepare.
Yes.
You have to prepare for
It's
the
planning.
future, and then if you know what you're looking for, if you know those tools exist,
Mhm.
you can use them, and you can make very good use of them. And if you miss that opportunity at the beginning, it's sometimes it's hard. Like you can't refactor back in. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but sometimes it might be much harder. So it's important to understand. Like if you're up to a big project, it's very important to know what's out there that can help you
It's the planning.
Yeah.
The planning part. Yeah.
and experience.
Okay. On that note, I want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Pleasure is all
This has
mine.
been terrific. I learned a lot, as always. We'll probably publish this once or twice, 2 different ways, and
Yeah.
hopefully help some people out. How do they get a hold of someone like you or us if they have questions?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely people out there that can
Probably
help. Who,
Click on contact or
yeah.
we're at
We
Golden.com. It's a good place.
We always happy to help.
All right. Hey,
We still pick up the phones. We still,
that's right.
working way hard.
Where's the close music?
It's coming up. Yeah.
to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Thanks, Jason.
She goes